Hello guys, Wahoo here, back with another video. This time around guiding you through the Bunfest of 2020, also known as the Easter event. And this event is going on for 14 days with of course, the normal little small event, I guess daily events that we also used to see. I'm mostly using a Trovosaurus to go through every single step, but I will add some video context so you guys can see that while we are going through each and every single step of this here guide. But if you just want to see the written guide by Trovosaurus, it doesn't provide a lot of information, but it does show you all the steps. So if you just want to do that, you can just go to the description and click the link there. But with that said, and not much further ado, let's just jump into the very first step of this event. So step one is to, well, I guess we can start with step number 0, even though it just said step number 1. But step number 0 is you have to have reached mastery level 10 to unlock this whole event. So if you are not, if you don't have a confetti ball in your inventory as you log in the first day, that means you're not mastery level 10, but you should probably also know that. And getting to mastery level 10 is very, very easy. So make sure you do that before you start. But that was 0. Let's jump into step number 1. And step number 1 is to complete a daily Bunfest quest, or I think it's called Bunfest, right? I think that's how you say it. I will add some footage right here. If I just scroll up a little bit, I can probably better see it when I add it. You just go to the hub, and there is a little extra building that you just go into. There's 3 different quests. I did just a donation thing as the first one. You can do different things, whatever you want to, as I'm all hovering these different things. But you can go to the hub and you go to this new building. You pick up a daily quest and you complete that. Again, I took the donation one because I could do it right on the spot. But if you don't want to spend that, there's other ones that are pretty simple as well. But that's basically the first step, just to do that and complete it, whatever one you pick. But there you pick it up. You do it, and then you are done with step number 1. So let's jump into step number 2. All right, so step number 2 is to collect 250 chocolate. This is what it says right here, but I in the game it was only 125 or something like that. But the chocolate you get from specific egg dungeons. They look like a giant eggs, as you can see in the footage right here. They are all over the place. They are in Fey Forest, Candoria, Medieval Highlands, and also in all of Geode Topside. So that means that's in U8 and U9 and U10 Geode Topside. And I was in those different biomes, and I felt like they were pretty much all over the place. And I have some footage so you guys can see them running through it. And you get, I think you get variant of how much you get per dungeon. I think you get more for the higher ones, but it's not going to take you very long, and you're just going to do dungeons anyways, and there you're going to get your chocolate and get between I mean, this one says 250, but I think mine was less as I see the footage now. But you know, do dungeons, you get, or not just regular dungeons, you have to do the egg dungeons. It's not in all the dungeons, it's just in the specific egg looking dungeons, and they all look the same but have different colors, you know, but they all are egg shaped. So with that said, that is basically step number 2, and getting all that you know, chocolate is that step. So let's get on to step number 3. All right, so step number 3 is to craft Hidable eggs, which basically you go to the hub again. There is crafting benches in the corners to that building you were in at you started step number 1 with, and there you are going to craft these eggs. I don't know how they unlock. I had one unlocked, the one with the C, but you can see there's multiple recipes for you to unlock, and if you haven't, you can unlock it with the recipe I guess recipe that is in the crafting bench itself. You just have to gather more chocolate, as I haven't, because I was trying to get out this guide much faster for you guys. So I haven't collected all my chocolate yet, so I don't have all the things to build the eggs and stuff like that. But you have to craft 5 of them, and that is basically step number 3. You just have to gather enough chocolate. If you don't have enough, run to more of those egg dungeons and just collect some more until you can craft 5 of them, because you are going to need 5 of them for step number 4. So with that said, let's do step number 4. Step number 4 is to hide these eggs that you just crafted on your own Cornerstone or in a Club World, it doesn't matter. And you can place these down by going into build mode, and you are going to place these down. Not very crazy complicated, but that's why I said make sure you have crafted 5 eggs, because you're gonna need it for this here step number 4. And as you have, put down these 5 eggs or hit them around your Cornerstone or your Club World, you can invite your friends and they can find them if they can. But it's not part of step 4 or 5, but that was just a little, fun interaction with friends now that we cannot be too much close together, but we can be that in game. So with that said, that is step number 4, and we can head into step number 5. Alright, step number 5 is to gather high quality chocolate, and these are all random in these here dungeons when you are going. I'm gonna put a footage in again about how the egg dungeons look, but it is basically just random when these special unique rabbits are going to be in the dungeon. So just keep doing egg dungeons as you would normally do dungeons, and by the time you've done a few, if you're lucky, you're going to get it done fast. If you're unlucky, you are not going to do it very fast. But I did like 3 or 4 dungeons, and I got at least one of these high quality chocolates. So I wouldn't say that's the norm, that you have to do like 40 or 50 dungeons before you have all the 15. Again, it's all random, I think, with the unique looking rabbits that are in these. And it's in the boss room that these guys are, so just run to the boss room. If you find some on the way, maybe. I don't know if that's a way, but I would just run to the boss room and just defeat it there and make sure, or hopefully there is one. And like I said, in 4 dungeons, and I wasn't really looking for them, I got at least one of them, and you need 15 of these, so that's not too much. And you would do in dungeons anyway, and this, again, event is 14 days, so you don't have to get it done just today or tomorrow. So yeah, that's step number 5. Just do more egg dungeons, basically, but you have to defeat these special, unique looking rabbits that are hiding in the egg dungeons. But with that said, we can move on to step number 6. Alright guys, step number 6 is to collect 5 dragon fragments. These are all over the place, the dragons, but it's not specifically a certain type of dragon fragments you have to find. So just find whatever dragon fragments you can by going out into Pandora, for example, and finding a random dragon there and defeat it. So if you do find one, make sure you invite your friends or something like that, just to, help out people if they are on this step. But it's only 5 fragments, and you get 5 fragments just for defeating one of them in U9. So it's not going to take you very long. And also on Fridays, you get extra. So it's going to not take you very long to complete this step if you're using on Friday. But yeah, it's just 5 fragments of some dragon eggs and stuff like that. Eggs we are pretty used to gathering anyway. So I think step number 6 is pretty self-explanatory, and I'm just gonna end the step right here and head into step number 7. Alright, so step number 7 is to find some eggs on the Geode Topside, and it just says Geode Topside, so I'm pretty sure the footage you see here is from U10, but I'm pretty sure it is all over the place, if you know what I mean. Like it's not specifically only for for U10, for example. So I think you can find it in U8 and U9 as well. And these are these small eggs you find around like grass or something like that. You usually just defeat for like a glim and stuff like that, but here you are going to get flux actually out of it. And so just keep in mind that you want to run around and find these small tiny eggs, and you just have to do find 5 of them and use your abilities to just take them out. They are gonna be very easy, so it's like grass basically. That's it. So status step number 7, pretty simple, but very rewarding for actually getting flux out of stuff like that. But that's step number 7. Let's head into the last step, and that is step number 8. Alright, so step number 8 is to eat chocolate, and that is basically you go into the hub again, and you go to one of those Bunfest stations. I'm using the footage from earlier when I was crafting, you know, the eggs, the hideable eggs and stuff like that. It's basically just because that is where also the chocolate is that you can eat, that gives you a little boost, and you just have to eat one of them, and that is gonna basically complete your step number 8. There's not really much more to it. Just take some of the more chocolate you have and then go in there and eat the chocolate. So with that said, that is step number 8, and that is completely the whole guide. I will add some bonus basically, as you can see down here, there's some daily quests. I'll go over them after this here step. But if you are, you know, if that's what you wanted to see, thank you so much for watching. But I will catch you in the daily quest and daily challenges section in a little bit. Alright, that was the little bit that we had to endure for. I'm gonna explain something about the daily quest and also the daily adventures. They're called daily adventures, I call them daily challenges, but it's basically the same thing. And we know all the daily adventures, we have had them in the last many events, so they're basically the same thing, where you have to gather an ore, upgrade a gem, all the way down for every 14 days of the event, and you get all the rewards out here, and they are exactly the same as they always been, so I'm not gonna go more into that as of right now. But the daily quest is to find hidden eggs. These are the ones what we're talking about in step number 7 earlier. We have to find these eggs here around as a through them all over your topside for good measure, and that is gonna give you one of these here coins or bucks to craft the things that are unique for the event. You can also defeat free egg dungeons, and they can do in any difficulty that has these egg dungeons. And also you can make the donation, as I did in the very first step, just to get the ball rolling. And you can do this every single day. So this is a daily adventure that keeps going every single day, and you can get some extra of these bucks if you want to complete the, you know, the event a little bit faster or a little bit more, depending on what your goals are for. And with that said, I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Helps me out very much and is super much appreciated. With that said, thank you so much again for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!